Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com. I have got 4 Shirazes, or is one of them labelled Syrah? Yes, one of them is labelled Syrah. I think the other 3 are labelled Shirazes, and then a slight oddball to finish, but all on that more juicy, rounder, richer, fuller flavoured, spicy side for red wine. Or are they? Maybe this one labelled Syrah to start with is not like that. It's from Villa Maria, 2008, Hawke's Bay Syrah, and it's their cellar selection. And I can't remember what they do. They've got have they got a range below here for Syrah? I know they do private bin, but I'm not sure whether they've got a Syrah in that range. Anyway, let's just give it a whirl and see where we get. And this is on that, when I see wines labelled Syrah, for me it's more majoring on the perfume than the power. And certainly I stick my nose in there, and yes, it's 3.5 years old now. But I get this perfumed elegance. Not too much. Sometimes I've had a problem with Villa Maria's Syrah tasting a little bit too vanilla-like. I don't get that character here. I get this bouncy, lively, slightly fragrant fruit. A bit of white pepper there, the plum, the berry. But yeah, calm down. Not sort of too in your face. It smells like it's going to be, even at this age, have a bit of freshness, have a bit of yeah, joie de vivre about it. And I do get some of the vanilla coming through when I taste it, but I also get some of that black pepper bounciness. Yeah, it's weird. It smells white pepper, tastes black pepper. Or did I just get it wrong to start with? Hey. My concern, as ever with Hawke's Bay Shiraz, is it majoring on perfume and lacking a little bit of core? I almost wish they had a little bit of Grenache, and I know Grenache probably wouldn't ripen in Hawke's Bay, but they had a little something like that to fill in this hole in the middle, because it's very overt and immediate, but yes, what I'm left with is ever so slightly hollow. It's a bit of a carp, but I'm here to carp. Wine carper rather than wine writer, stroke critic, stroke enthusiast. Let's see whether we carp about Morra Alta, Shiraz 2011, from San Juan in Argentina, from the Las Morras, Bodegas Las Morras, Finca Las Morras it says on the back. San Juan, it's the one above, is it directly above Mendoza in terms of Argentine provinces, or is there another one in between? I think it's the one directly above, and has been touted as a place where Shiraz grows. To be honest, I've never been all that impressed with the Shiraz from there. I find that it is a bit too warm, a bit too ripe for it, and so you're getting these big, bold wines, but I never find anything that really speaks of anything beyond ripeness and, yeah, slightly overripe with a lot of winemaking. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see how we get on with this one. I've got a feeling that this will be on the unoaked side. Alcohol is 12.5%, so maybe it looks like they're aiming for a fresher expression of Syrah stroke Shiraz. Well, I stick my nose in there, and I can't remember the last time I had a Jammy Dodger biscuit, but that's exactly what it smells like. Jammy Dodgers. If you've never had a Jammy Dodger, it's one of those biscuits where they've got a bit of biscuit and then this rather hard jam of indefinable origin in the middle. It's usually red. It probably has something to do with a berry of some sort. But in terms of its freshness and bite, it really doesn't have enough. So I smell that. Yes, it's unoaked. Yes, 12.5% alcohol, but still verging on that jammy. I don't get life. Whereas the Villa Maria with 13.5% alcohol feels fresher. Strange thing is there, to get it at 12.5%, you'd have to pick really, really early. But there are flavours there that nothing there seems underripe. What I do get is dilution, and I don't know whether there is, it's just a matter of high yield that has diminished that flavour. It's almost like, sometimes I'll serve children wine mixed with a bit of water. It's almost as if they've diluted the wine after a wine's been made. I'm not a huge fan of that, and also it's got this slightly muddy vanilla character, as if somebody maybe had thought, right, okay, we'd like to get a little bit of oak character in there, let's plonk some chips in there or some staves, and if the fruit can stand up to it, why not just let it be and don't have any of that, but I'm not a fan there. Okay, next 2 wines from Jim Barry in the Clare Valley. First one is Lodge Hill Shiraz 2009. Now Lodge Hill, what does it say on the front, is one of the highest in the Clare Valley at 480 metres. The altitude ensures cool nights and warm days, blah 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 blah. Let's see whether it lives up to the front label billing. Pepper, mint, spice, licorice. Yes, it's this strange mint eucalyptus character that I get in a lot of Clare Valley wines, and it's funny the Cabernet shows it as much as any variety. But the good thing here is it's one of those characters that if it's in a wine and it takes over, it's like it just dominates the wine. Here it's there as a bit part player rather than as the main event. The fruit, this warm, generous bear hug of a wine, a bear hug type fruit. Is the main character, but it's not gone on to that jammy berry side. Yes, it's berries and also a bit of plums in there, damsons, but there's also a bit of blackcurrant freshness too. Really charming, fleshy, but fresh wine. And I think that altitude is adding this natural freshness to there. Maybe they've acidified a little bit, but imagine if they're that high, they don't need to do it too much. But you're getting this bouncy blackcurrant and pepper. And yes, the plums and the berries are there. It's funny, the mint and the eucalyptus thing really recedes into the background as you taste it. It's one of those have your cake and eat it types of wines. It feels good now, but everything is in there. There's a little bit of grainy tannin, there's this fresh acidity, things that are going to keep it going for quite a long time, for anyone who cares to stick a bottle away for, I don't know, 5 years, even more. And it's got these nice spicy notes on the finish as well. And spice, richness, but freshness too. And 14.5% alcohol, but it's hiding it pretty well. I like that. Okay, let's try its big brother, Macrae Wood, the Macrae Wood. What does it say on the back? Blah blah blah. Jim Barry and his wife purchased 70 acres of prime grazing land from their gentleman neighbour Duncan Macrae Wood, and planted their first vineyard with Shiraz. Doesn't actually say whether this comes from that same vineyard, but probably some of the fruit dates back to that early 60s time. Let's give it a whirl. And 3 years older, 2006. Oh, this is a much deeper, richer, more chocolatey wine. 3 years older, but it feels like there's a I described that as bear hug type of fruit. Here it's bear hug, and it's bear hug with a big smoochy kiss from your auntie. One of those slightly warm, puckered lips, a bit too much makeup kisses. But it's generous and friendly. And there's this chocolatey oak character coming through. What I like about it is it's got the wood aging. It's not afraid to show a little bit of that slightly dank is the wrong word, but some development from wood aging, and maybe even a little bit of the development from it coming with a cork rather than a screw cap. Not so sure about that, but wouldn't be surprised. But it feels like it's going to be a big wine, but one that's got a really warm heart. So much going on there. Licorice, herbs, berries, juiciness, spice. There's this woody vanilla character flitting through it all the time. Fascinating contrast between those two. Hard to believe almost that they're from the same winery, because this is just the it's a bit of like the benevolent grandpa compared to this being the young whippersnapper. They're both very tasty. They're both honest and rich, and really nice expression of Australian terroir, but quite different. I can't know. I mean, for me, neither is better than the other. Okay, this one, the Macrae Wood, is more concentrated. There's more going on, but I would happily drink maybe this one. I heard someone split wines into Wednesday, Friday, payday. Maybe the Lodge Hill is the Friday wine, and this is the payday wine, because I think it's a bit more expensive, but it's very tasty. Finally, not Shiraz, although it does have a link. It's Durif. It's All Saints 2009 Durif from northeast Victoria. I never quite know whether All Saints are in Rutherglen or whether they are in Glenrowan or one of those strange places up there where there are small towns, big hearts. Durif is a grape that It's a cross between Syrah and a rather obscure grape called Peloursin. In California, a lot of Durif is actually misnamed Petite Syrah. Petite Syrah is a different grape variety entirely, but a lot of what they call Petite Syrah is actually this grape variety here. One of the problems I have with this is sometimes it's one of those grapes that makes Touriga Nacional and Petit Verdot look wimps. It really is. It's got hairs on the hairs on its chest. And some people do a sparkling version, which is, it's like, I mean, it's one of those that, are you up to the sparkling Shiraz, mate? And most people aren't, but those who are sort of swear by it. And often swear a lot at other times of the day as well. Anyway, I'll just dig into it and we'll see how we get on. Is it going to be too big, or is this Durif tamed? We'll see. It actually smells quite well behaved. It doesn't feel like it's going to be too big. It smells like it's going to be big, round, earthy, rich, juicy berry, and a bit of very, very dark, plummy intensity. But it doesn't feel like it's gone over the top in terms of licoricey intensity. 14.5, so not a shy fawn, but is it going to be too tannic? That's one of the Durif's problems. It really feels like they've held back when they've made that, and I almost wish they hadn't. It feels, for Durif, I can't ever remember such a well-behaved Durif, but it's almost well-behaved to the point of not being a mummy's boy or anything like that. But I wish that they'd gone for a bit more extraction of tannin, of flavour, and of course in the process you will get out a few of the tannic meanies. But I wouldn't be surprised if they stopped took the wine off the skins part way through fermentation and let the rest of the wine finish its fermentation without the skins in a tank. And I wish they hadn't. I think that there was a better, fuller, richer, and probably more awkward wine to be made there. But it would have had more personality. Here it feels like someone's reined it in too much, and it's like reining in Wayne Rooney. Rein in Wayne Rooney. That's quite hard, even after a few wines. If you sort of like rein him in too much, then he's not the player he should be. Here, yeah, they slightly straight-jacketed the wine. I'll taste it again because it may come out of its shell, but I was expecting more of an assault, and I got a slightly more of a caress. And I don't want that. Other wines can caress. Durif I think should be there to give you a bit of a thump, like one of those playful, hey, how are you, mate? And you end up with a bruise on your shoulder the following morning. Yeah, I think they wimped out there. I hate saying wimped out to an Aussie, but I think you've wimped out there, All Saints. Sorry about that, but I did like the previous two Aussies, and the Villa Maria wasn't bad either. But hey, see you soon.